Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to go through how you can use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. The XLOOKUP function is a great way to retrieve information from different parts of a spreadsheet and is the successor to the VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and index match functions. And with all that said, let's get into the video. In this example, we'll be going through a common use case for the XLOOKUP function, which is to merge information from different data sources. On the left side is the area that we want to merge information into based on the employee ID. And on the right, we have our data sources. So let's go ahead and use the XLOOKUP function to retrieve information based on the employee ID. So from here, I'll select the cell under hire date and start entering in the XLOOKUP function. Now the XLOOKUP function is made up of 3 mandatory arguments and 3 optional ones. To keep things simple, we'll be focusing on the mandatory arguments for now. The lookup value is the value that we want to search for. So in this case, employee ID 115. Then the lookup array is going to be the cell range that contains all the employee IDs. So that's going to be this cell range here. And then the return array is going to be the cell range that contains the value that we want to return. So in this case, the hire date. So then I'll just close off the function using a bracket, then press enter. And we get a hire date of December 12th, 2020. Now what the XLOOKUP function did was it searched from top to bottom for the employee ID 115. And when it found employee ID 115, it returned the value within the same row. Let's move on to retrieve the region that the employee resides in. So we'll select the cell here, enter in our XLOOKUP function, and our lookup value will still be the employee ID 115. The lookup array will now be this cell range here. And then our return array is going to be the cell range containing the regions. So we'll close this off and press enter. And we get the region north. Now something cool about the XLOOKUP function is that we're not just limited to returning one cell value at a time. We're actually able to return multiple values across multiple columns. Let's go ahead and do that to get the name and sales. So let's enter in our XLOOKUP function here, with our lookup value being 115, and the lookup array will be this cell range here, and our return array, instead of selecting one column, we're going to select 2 columns for name and sales. So let's close this off and press enter, and now we can see 2 values were populated, one for name and one for sales. Now what's interesting about this output is that the formula actually resides in one cell only, but the result has spilled over into another column. So taking a closer look, we can see the function resides in this cell here, but the results have appeared in cell D3 and E3. And we can see that the results are surrounded by this blue outline. Now that we have all our XLOOKUP functions set up, we can just type in different employee IDs and we'll get a different result for each one. So this is for 105. Let's try for 112. We can see that the information is dynamically changing and updating immediately. Now let's say that we have an employee ID that doesn't exist in our data sources. So instead of this employee ID, let's type in 200. Well, now we get an error, and that's to be expected because employee ID 200 is not to be found in our data sources. Now another great thing about XLOOKUP is that it can handle this error with ease with one of its optional arguments. So let's go ahead and use it to return to us something better than NA. So in the function, in this if not found argument, I'm going to type in something like not found. And I'll just make sure to highlight the text and copy it for later use. And then I'll press enter and I get the result not found returned to me. So let's go ahead and paste this into the other XLOOKUP functions. And now we get something more meaningful than just NA. Now let's test it one more time with another employee ID. So let's do 102. And now we've successfully merged information using the XLOOKUP function. Before we head into the next example, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you did, as that would help the channel grow. Alright, let's get into the next example. In this next example, we'll be going through another use case for the XLOOKUP function where we need to retrieve information from a dataset that looks like a grid. So here on the left, we have a list of products in column A with the yearly sales numbers in columns B to F. Now here on the right is where we're going to be using a two-way XLOOKUP to return to us the yearly sales number based on product and year. So in our cell here, I'm going to type in the XLOOKUP function, and our lookup value is going to be the year, with our lookup array being the cell range that contains all the years, so this cell range here. And then our return array is where we're going to enter in another XLOOKUP function. So let's go ahead and type in XLOOKUP and select it, and our lookup value here is going to be the product, with the lookup array being the cell range that contains all of the products, and our return array is going to be our yearly sales numbers. So now I'll close off the function using two brackets, and then press enter, and now we get the value 87,654 returned to us. And like with our previous example, I can change the inputs and I'll get a different number corresponding to the product as well as the year. And now we successfully used a two-way XLOOKUP to retrieve information from a dataset that looks like this. And that's how you use the XLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel. If you found this video useful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next video.